So we'll first start off by creating this line here, and then we're going to do a mark somewhere along right here. Oh wait, right here. Just right there. But then going to connect this to this corner here. Only making a reference point right here. And then we're going to use it to extend a line across from right here. So just like this. Do the same thing over here. Once you get that, you'll then fold a line all the way across here from this middle point. Then next, we'll fold from this edge here, right along here. I'm only going to make a mark just right here. And then we'll fold all the way like this, only making a mark just right here, like so. But then we're going to create a line in between these two lines. Easiest way to pull this off is to turn it around, pinch this, and take that pinch all the way to that line we just made. You can do a little mark here, and then you can extend this mark. Just extend all the way to this very edge over here, and then only extend it around past this diagonal line. Then we'll use that diagonal line to help it get it to the side as well. There we go. Once you get this, fold a diagonal line from using these 2 points as your reference. Just like this. And then we'll extend from folding this way as well. Do the same thing on this other side. Once you have this, you'll then fold this up. No. You'll fold this part up. Just a quick reference, this will be the tail, and this will be the legs for the horse. But fold this up from the tail point, and you'll do a line along here. I'll show you after this. But you want to try get a good angle looking like this right here, using this line and this line. For by reference, here it is right here. You could do the same thing now on this other side. So you can see, thankfully, this model is pretty symmetrical. Once you get that, We then next need to connect this point to this point like this. Here it is, right here. And then we'll just fold these along this. These will be the connecting flaps for the faux legs of the horse. Every other part for the rider will be along the edge. But do this here on both sides. Like so. And then you'll fold these edges along the edge. Keep in mind of where your symmetrical line is going to be, just right here. So do this on both sides. And then fold this tip along here like this, where it goes along this line right here. You could do it right here as well. And generally here, we're already collapsing the model because there's not too much to crease, since this design is pretty generous of how we need to collapse it. Anyways, so from here, we'll pull the model down like this. Like so. It's from this point here, in the middle of this square here. Once you get this, you'll then do basically a primary fold along like this. Then you'll fold this up, then flatten it like this. You should get something that looks like this from this view. Once you get it, you'll then open this part up, and then you're going to flatten it by using this line here that is existing crease. But then you're going to have to try and fold these without any other references other than the other lines right here. So right here, well, apart from references though, you do have this one line right here that I usually like to use. So fold it like that. And then I'll fold this part down like this. And then I'll sink it like this. Like so. And then I'll unwrap this part out, because this is basically what we're getting here from the crease pattern. So if you look at this, all that section there wasn't as difficult as it looks. At least for expert folders. But right here, we'll first connect it all like this, because we want to create the hind leg flap. And then we'll fold this up. Like this here. Flatten it like this. And then continue to collapse using the other creases you just made. But we basically want it to look like this. This also creates a flap needed for the arm and the sword for the other. So once you get it like that, and then do the same thing on this other side. Again, flatten it like this. This one line again can really help. Nice and flat. You don't need to do the squash. The one spread squash before unfolding. You just fold it like this, and you should already have your creases needed. Just do it like this. Squish it down. Pull this up. It kind of creates this diamond shape thing right here, similar to the bird base. And fold this down like this. Like this. Keeping some of the parts as neat if you want, but again, it doesn't have to be super perfect, just only foldable to be able to create the actual design. So once you get this on both sides, we'll then worry about this part right here. First, we'll go ahead and fold this down along this here. And then fold it diagonal like this in between these lines. And then unfold the design, and we're going to do multiple inside reverse folds like this. And then we'll do another inside reverse fold on the diagonal creases. Push this in, and then we'll have these little flaps right here, which are going to be the faux legs of the horse. Once you get this here, you can kind of unfold the design briefly here, if this is not in the way. And we'll fold diagonal creases right here, and then 22.5 angles. So do it like this. Where then you'll have this going on here. And then flipping it over. You can then add 15-degree angle lines right here, like so. Once you get those crease lines, and let me unfold some of this. Refold some of these. We'll then go ahead and use these to fold them back and forth like this. So you should get a more narrow point like this. Once you get that, we'll then fold. We need to get rid of this belly part right here. By doing so, we'll fold this in, because we are obviously going to do an open sink to at least also separate the hind legs still. Just get it like this, and then you'll do an open sink. Like so. So you get a lot of this here. These will be the legs, the hind legs, and these will be like arms for the ring wraith. So upon getting this, you'll then get to this layer right here. And what we want to do on this very edge is to sink these in. This is of course going to be where the head's going to be. But we'll make it narrow by doing squash sinks right here. Like so. And then you'll squish this all down, fold it all down, and then you'll fold this up as far as you can go. Looking like this. And then you'll pull this part out. Right here. That part was a little bit tricky, but it's certainly doable. And then you'll do a spread sink right here. Like that. Over here very quick, we'll unloose these here. This time we could do it just like this. So this one layer in the front should be unloosed now. And we'll do the same thing on this other side. Upon doing this now, so the mall is becoming more easily flattened from this view up. This is the bottom view here. So what we want to do now, so this point right here is going to be the tail. So we're going to get the tail flattened down by first inside reverse folding these parts here, both where the hind legs and the arms of the ring wraith are going to be. You'll fold them out like this. You'll kind of create this shape right here. Then you'll fold this up like this. Again, you'll see the flaps connecting like this. And you can flatten the model completely now. Once you get like this, you'll then fold this. Be sure to fold these flaps down very quick before we get into some more primary folds. Or you'll then completely do it like this. Gain this big square now. And then you'll fold these along the symmetrical line in the center. Edge to edge, being sure it's connecting from the tail flap I just mentioned. Once you do this, you'll then squish this side. Just pick one side for now. You'll squish it down like this. Then right here, you'll pinch this, or not pinch, but you'll pull this part right underneath. And you'll pinch this here, holding it down. And this becomes more of a reliable flap here. And this will also create the leg flaps for the ring wraith. While on this side, fold this along the center. And then you'll do a swivel fold. This one crease right here, you will use to help achieve this better. Don't swivel fold all the way, but get like this first. But then tuck this underneath after you crease it. Like so. And then right here, you'll push this up, creating this specific flap right here, which will be for the leg of the ring wraith. And that side should be done. So then we'll do the same thing on this side. Quick review. You'll squash it like this. You'll go to this side. You'll unloose this layer here. You'll pinch these here. Holding it down. And then you'll fold this along here to get the swivel fold ready. Pushing this up like this. Just along here. And then tucking it behind the layer. Don't worry about flattening this side here, by the way. I mean this flap here. Until you get to this point where you're then just pushing this layer up. And there we go. So now basically all the flaps are created, but the base isn't quite over yet. So what we need to do next is that we want to first arrange these layers here. But first, let's move these arms downwards. So we'll inside fold them down like this, basically. And then flatten the model. So now if we fold this up, you'll see the arm flap is now moved right here. Again, right here, you'll push this down, completely flattening it like this. And there we go. So now the arm flaps are where they should be. But you'll notice the leg flaps are above the arm flaps, which is kind of the weirdest positioning I have done with a model. But don't worry, it all works out when you get this. So next, you'll see that there's 2 layers right here. What we're going to do is that we're going to open this layer on the bottom, and we're going to push it underneath with the close sink. What is going on? Let me do that again. There we go. So once you get that close sync, you then do the same thing on this other side again. It's this flap that's in front, right here, where you're gonna push it in. And if you're using the other creases without creating new ones, then you should be fine. So once you get this next part here is going to be kind of a same technique that Jason Q used on his ring wraith with the hind legs, where we'll pull this layer up so it sticks out like this, and then you fold it down, and this will create better stuff for the hind legs here, as you can see. So do the same thing on this other side, where again you're just going to push this part here, no new creases to be made, so you get it out like this when you unsink it, and then you fold it along here, and then you have this. So kind of basing off of that design a little bit, but it works so well even on my design of the ring wraith here. So next we need to get the rider in front of this part of the hind legs. To do this, we'll first fold these layers out of the way, and we're gonna crimp this up like this. And we could kind of fold the model down like this now. As you'll see, so we'll have the rider folded up. I'll just call the rider instead of the ring wraith. So he's up there now, but we want to not have this in the way. We can fix this by folding, or at least inside reverse folding this layer right here. Just inside reverse folding it up, connecting to this tip here. And then we can fold this up and successfully get that connection. Just like that. And again on this side, you can fold this down, inside reverse fold this part right here. I hope my hands don't get in the way too much, but you'll get like this. And then fold this hind leg part up. And one last thing is that we're going to pull these here. Fold them down like this. Do the same thing on this other side. It's just this part right here. And there we go. So now the base is completed, which will be the end for this part. And in the next part, we'll get into the true details of my origami ring wraith designed by me. Thank you, and have a good day.